ஸ்ரீகுருப்யோ நமः. அக்ரே கிருத்வா கமபி சரணம் ஜானுநைகேன திஷ்டன் பశ్చాத் பார்த்தம் பிரணயரசஜுஷா சக்ஷுஷா வேக்ஷ்யமாணः சவ்யே தோத்ரம் கரசரசிஜே தக்ஷிணே ஞானமுத்ராம் ஆபிப்ராணோ ரதமதிவசன் பாது நः சூதவேஷः. ஓம் பிரபன்ன பாரிஜாதாய தோத்ரவேத்ரைகபாணயே ஞானமுத்ராய கிருஷ்ணாய கீதாமிருததுஹே நமः. சந்நியாசः கர்மயோகஸ்ச நிஸ்ரேயசகராவுபௌ தயோஸ்து கர்ம சந்நியாசாத் கர்மயோகோ விசிஷ்யதே. Bhagavan Shri Krishna begins to teach Arjuna with continued enthusiasm, responding to his question. Arjuna told that Bhagavan is praising both karma sannyasa and karma yoga. One cannot do both simultaneously. Arjuna thinks deep in his mind that sannyasa means renouncing one's karmas, and that was the tradition in those days. If one is doing karmas, he cannot renounce. If one has renounced, he cannot do karma anymore. That was his thinking. But Bhagavan says that in order to gain jnanam, one has to do karma yoga. Taking sannyasa for the sake of gaining jnanam is also there in practice. Since this has led to confusion, Bhagavan Shri Vedavyasa tries to clarify this through Krishna-Arjuna Samvada. Generally, in ancient days, as we observe from the Upanishads, we understand that sannyasa ashrama is predominantly meant for jnanam. That is, one will give up all Vaidika and Laukika karmas, that is, Vedic rituals and worldly transactions, and will do minimum anushtanam, and will dedicate one's life for the pursuit of jnanam, for the study of Vedantic scriptures. Arjuna is a Kshatriya. Krishna and Arjuna are Kshatriyas and rulers. Sannyasa was meant for Brahmins. If needed, Kshatriyas can also give their kingdom to someone and take sannyasa. Bhagavan has started to teach Arjuna in the middle of the battlefield. We have to understand the context and background properly, and we have to assimilate the intended teaching of the scriptures. Scriptures point out that it is possible to gain jnanam without taking sannyasa. Bhagavan talks on this basis. But even after listening to Bhagavan's teaching, Arjuna's doubt is not yet removed. Bhagavan Shri Vedavyasa also tries to clarify more. Thus, he has framed Arjuna's question and Bhagavan's answer accordingly. In this verse, Bhagavan tells that both sannyasa and karma yoga are moksha sadhanas only. Karma yoga is the indirect means, parampara sadhanam, and sannyasa as it involves vichara is a direct means, sakshat sadhanam for moksha. Karma yoga, by purifying one's mind, qualifies oneself for receiving jnanam through Vedanta Shastra Shravanam, listening to Vedantic scriptures. One who has given up his karmas and taken sannyasa is also going to gain jnanam by listening to Vedantic scriptures. Both are nishrayas only. Moksha sadhanam means to liberation only, but they are not to be considered as two separate sadhanas. Both put together is the sadhanam. One can do karma yoga, then karma sannyasa and gain jnanam, or one can do karma yoga and gain jnanam without doing karma sannyasa. We have all the possible paths in the explanation given for the third verse of the third chapter earlier. Ubhau, both, giving up karma and doing karma as yoga, are nishreyaha, nitaram shreyaha. They are moksha sadhanam only. 2. But tayoho, between those two, that is karma yoga and karma sannyasa, karma yoga vishishyate. Karma yoga is better. Why? Because if one does not have purity of mind, after sannyasa also, it is going to take a long time for assimilating the Vedantic teaching. Bhagavan keeps Arjuna's state and level of maturity in mind and tells him that renunciation is not proper for him. In the second chapter itself, Bhagavan told that Arjuna is qualified only to do karma and not to renounce. Karmanyeva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Thus, there is no doubt that for Arjuna and for people like Arjuna, karma yoga is certainly better than karma sannyasa. Bhagavan is going to glorify karma yoga and present jnana karma sannyasa in different angles in the upcoming verses. Sannyasah karma yogascha nishreyasa karavubhau tayostu karma sannyasat karma yogo vishishyate. My prayerful blessings to all of you. Hari Om.